1, 2. 1, 2. That looks promising. Okie doke. Self-promotion. And then I have that one. I have those available where I can see them. I'm actually going to mess with this layout a bit. Let's do that. Okay. I did some grinding. And now I have over 500,000 gil, and everybody's nearly level 40. So we're going to go and do a dungeon.
I've come to be a pest.
Hello, Pest. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I
Vaughn,
want
why
to
are you
stream.
still...
I want to stream more than is feasible, because I have too many games I want to play. This is the streamer problem.
Uh-huh. Just realised we've got everybody still on fire attacks from farming jellies forever. That works. Cool. We are going to climb some mountains and then raid a shrine. Oh wait, I still have it set to four times speed. That's maybe not the greatest idea.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not for a little finer control.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know what it is with 12 in particular, but all of the location names just slide off my brain.
This is the Paramina Rift.
Are we going to Mount Baramaces? Is that correct?
We have just been at Mount Baramaces, and we will be going back there.
I'm surprised I remember that name and that it was in the correct region.
Mm-hmm. Let's not flirt with the elemental. I probably could take an elemental now, but I'd rather not try. I feel like my mic isn't close enough. How's the volume?
Sounds fine to me.
Alright.
You caught me mid-bite because I'm getting a lunch. So,
Lunch is good. Lunch is important. But yes, we're in the extreme south of Ivalice, or at least of the bits of Ivalice that we get to go to in the game. And after this, we have to go as far... We're also pretty much as far west as we ever go. And after this, we have to trek all the way back to the east. And almost as far north as we can go.
I think I do recall that. It has been a hot minute since I thought about like anything past the first like third of this game, to be honest.
Ash, what are you doing? And why am I
Giving
trying
you
to
a
attack a
blind-
bird? Yeah, she was taking a while over it. Is this the right place? We do have to cross that bridge. Oh yeah. You can see the light from the shrine in the distance. Anyway, I have a mace that causes poison. Because an obvious thing for maces to do is have on-hit status effects.
God.
Let me just bonk you with this so hard that you are...
I think if it's bladed of some description, you could probably jam some status effect in imbuing poisons on there.
Yeah,
but
it's a pretty spiky mace, in fairness.
yeah.
Looks a bit like a Space Invader.
Or like an evil bad guy. Like scary helmet.
Yeah.
My immediate thought was the Witch King from Lord of the Rings, and I didn't know how to enunciate that until like 4 seconds after I started talking.
I see it. I forgot they added a bunch of chests to this outside area of this dungeon in this version of the game. I don't know why. It's a weird place for them. Just sitting out in the middle of the lobby. Anyway, I always get confused by this dungeon, because this is kind of the point where the dungeons start to get weird. First few dungeons are really straightforward, and then they start just adding bits. And this is the point where everything gets finicky. And you have to come back to this dungeon basically immediately for the optional bit.
Oh shit, I put my thing on too loud.
Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Lovely of you to join us in such an emphatic way.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I've just started a new course of painkillers. Literally just taken the first one, so I have no idea how it's going to affect me, so...
Right.
Good luck.
Soon.
Live reaction. Watch us the painkillers kick in.
Oh boy. But yeah, no, I'd be playing this as well, but not.
That's fair enough. Read the inscription. Nest bearer embraces her own light. Okay. So this is the bit where I always accidentally nix all my MP. Because I think I have to poke this thing while holding the Dawn Shard. Where are we?
Do it while holding the Dawn Shield. Dawn Shard.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get Balthier to do it.
Yep. He's good for something after all.
several thousand unspent license points.
Yep, it do be like that. Anyway, we made the statue
Oh.
creep here. Which is
Ooh.
progress. Go away, shitty man. The statues are coming to life and the adults have work to do. It would be really, really cool if when you spawned in here, the camera was positioned so you could actually see all of that enemy rather than just like from the waist down.
I do feel that. I know it's probably the product of it being a PS2 game, but the camera is a bit close.
It's a little bit limited, yeah.
I always keep wondering, like, how do I pull this back? And just
Yep.
going in from like Final Fantasy XI, where you can pull the camera really far back.
Let's set this trap off. Oh, it's rejuvenation trap. Okay, I'll take it. The cool thing about this dungeon is that lots of the walls come to life, which is always good fun. A less cool thing is that in just a moment the save crystal is going to come to life.
Extremely rude, but also
Yeah.
very funny.
It's such a good idea. Like, it's right up there with that room in Chrono Cross where you just find a room full of save crystals.
Oh yeah.
I think that's Chrono Cross.
That
Yes.
sounds correct.
I played that earlier in the year.
Oh, yeah, that's the
Because those
game.
safe crystals have a plot reason for existing,
Hmm.
and you just go to the place where they make them.
Hmm. I always get confused whether it's Chrono Cross or Xenogears because in my head the image just kind of looks more Xenogearsy.
We did play them in pretty close proximity, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
Like it was
Depends
like
what,
episode 6 and 8.
Yeah.
Depends if it's in one of the several mech shows Xenogears is riffing off.
God, so many people talk so much about how that game is like references Nietzsche and stuff. Nobody talks about how it references Gundam.
Nobody talks about how it references Votoms.
Yes.
Because there's only a small group of people that talk about Votoms, me included.
Yes. Right.
It's great.
Look at
I
this
love it.
suspicious green crystal. Oh no.
I would if the stream was loading properly.
Oh no. Sad face.
I've seen and witnessed the green crystal.
I mean, I have also seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame because the green crystal is really pretty. Like, it's a really pretty color. But,
Yeah, but it's
like
not
blue.
the Final Fantasy iconography. You're breaching the style guidelines. It must die.
I mean, the yellow ones don't fit the Final Fantasy iconography either. We leave
You mean
them
the
be.
orange ones?
Yeah.
I am picky about naming colors. Sorry.
It's probably because you have, like, color perception that makes sense, unlike my color perception, which, as has been regularly established, really fucking doesn't. Right. We can't go in here yet, right? Yes, powerful magic's behind the door. Oh good, the ghost horse is here. But first, Blood Gigas.
I'm doing work on my personal Fiesta file, which starts Black Mage
Oh, nice.
and then gets more weird.
I really wanted to do the Fiesta this year.
Well, it runs through the end of August, so you got time to make
Yeah.
time.
Here's the weirdest
Yeah.
thing about this dungeon. You have to walk along the wall, rubbing your face on it, and eventually, if you do it right, where is it? There. A whole section of wall just fades out of existence. And you get to
I
this
love
area
Dark Souls.
that is full of these guys.
Oh.
has at the top a set of very nasty chests. So, one advantage of grinding where I do is that you get lots of float motes. And you can just, you literally, the spot where the main character, your party leader loads when you enter this area is the trap. It's very meaty.
It reminds me of like the best grinding spot in Final Fantasy IV. There's like an enemy that gives like a very decent amount of experience points. But only does earthquake moves.
Ah.
So you just cast float on the whole party, which sticks after every battle.
Nice.
So you just like they just don't do anything to you. Oh, it's because it's one enemy type. It's the reason it's a good grinding spot is because it's one enemy type that summons the other guys that do the earthquake. So you just keep having loads of enemies in one fight.
Ah, yeah.
Hmm.
There's a rare spawn a bit like that in this dungeon.
Yeah.
You have to spend like 10 minutes here to get it to spawn. We might see it.
It depends on luck, really, doesn't it?
Depends a bit on luck. We do have to come back to this hallway in a minute. But also, I'm not trying to...
You're not aiming for a spawn, but it might happen anyway.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm playing maximum gaming over here, putting a giant man to sleep and then blasting him with a fire repeatedly.
Fun.
I did a lot of grinding when I played 5. More than I probably should have.
Yeah, that's kind of why I like Forge on Fiesta, because it kind of like, there's a maximum effective grind you can get to.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, okay, you could be grinding more, but to what end?
Also,
Maybe there
like,
is an end with levels, but like, not a whole lot. Also, hi, doll.
Hello.
Getting crowded.
Woohoo! People!
If you really want to do like a proper grind in 5, probably the end game is probably a better place to do it. It's just
Yeah,
like,
the
they're much more
movers
generous.
are really good ABP.
It's that, or just have a blue mage.
Yeah. Blue Mage is basically an instant win in this game. You just need to know where to get the win buttons.
Yes, and also just makes the job point grind significantly easier.
Yep.
One of these doors is opened. I think it's the other one. Yes.
I'm always really... I'm sorry.
This just... I said at the start, this dungeon is just weird. It has no kind of straightforward spatial logic to it because it's all about unlocking various teleporters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Stay.
dead one.
I was just saying about blue mages, how I just always neglect them. Not on purpose.
Blue Mage should have been a cool addition to this game.
Yeah.
Blue Mage is generally a cool idea, but I think there's enough weird shit in this game.
Yeah, the problem with Blue Mage is that you have to balance around people either exploiting it or don't. In which case, it's either the most useful thing or garbage.
I did well with Queen in 9. I managed to keep that one going well.
Yeah. Queen has some really good stuff, including
Yes.
like level 5 death, I think, again.
Yes.
But also, it's not just take a hit from a thing, it's eat a specific monster, which is a little more interesting.
Yeah.
It's like catching a Pokemon.
Yep.
It's like
But
turning
better
monsters
because you
into
get to
cards
eat
and eight.
things. Oh my god, Ash, why did you step on that trap?
I spent most of 8 just turning enemies into cards instead of fighting them.
8's weird. I need to actually go back and finish a playthrough of 8 at some point.
So
Yeah, I played through...
maybe we should put that on a TCC list. That is
Maybe.
extremely a game that needs some
External
incentive to-
motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, like, if you get bored with like messing with that game's systems or just grinding a bit, you can just press it on the remasters. You just press a button
Yeah.
and then just go, fuck it, I'm just gonna be all powerful.
I mean, it's not hard to become all powerful in the game.
No, it's not. It's just takes a
Grinding.
little bit of patience.
Yeah.
And again, on the remastered version, you press a button and it makes it faster.
Handy.
Yeah. In the PC version, I don't know if they added it into other versions, but in the PC version of 12, there's at least there are 2 buttons. One maxes your job points on all or LP on all classes, and one maxes out your Gale.
Typically, Square only tends to put those boosters on PC versions, but never on Game Pass versions for PC.
Huh. That's really weird. What the heck?
Yeah, it's because I want to say it's because it's technically like an Xbox version running
Ah, yeah.
for Game Pass, so like that's why Nier Automata ran better on Game Pass.
God, weird ass fucking industry this is these days.
Yes.
Yep.
It's why for a while the best way to play Final Fantasy 15 on PC was through Game Pass.
The best way to play Final Fantasy 15 is to not play it.
Well, that game's fine.
No, it's not.
That's not.
I mean, that game's had a lot of changes since.
It is rather different to how it used to be. It's true. I'm not sure that I'm particularly interested in anything they've changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I played it after all the changes, and I still think it was a bad time.
God, I can't believe how intensively I played that fucking game.
You played a
Like
lot.
3 times, right?
Twice.
Okay.
but
I remembered it
you
was
spent-
multiple times.
You
Yeah.
spent a long time on it.
Like 100 hours, I think, across 2 playthroughs. One quick
Wow.
playthrough and one like full length.
Completionist.
Well,
Basically,
yeah.
played
It
the
wasn't
game over a
completionist
weekend.
because I didn't do any of the super bosses, and I
As completionist as you were willing to give it.
yeah, I didn't do the like weird platforming dungeon because I couldn't land the airship. Unironically, I love what they did with the airship in that game. It is such a thumbed nose at like the people who think airships are really important for Final Fantasy. It's just really funny to me the fact that the thing, like, you know, you have to actually handle takeoff and landing like a real aircraft, and if you so much as clip a lamppost, it's instant death. Full game over. It's so good.
It's like, I always see like videos of like people doing the super because it's like it seems easier to do the super bosses in 15. You just got to be really patient.
I mean, the super boss, the mountain that gets up and starts walking around, yeah, that's just a patience thing. Some of the other super bosses, I think, are actually pretty ferocious.
It's just because like of how items work in that game because you can use them anytime
Yeah,
if you've got a good stock.
yeah.
And there's no real penalty for doing it. Which is probably why I think 7 Remake's battle system's how it is as well.
Yeah.
Because
I
that
think-
definitely feels like it's trying to fix that problem.
Yeah, I mean, 7 Remake, I think, works pretty well.
I mean, 7 Remake is a turn-based system if you think about it, really.
Certainly as much
It's-
as... same
It's
like
just in-
FF13 is.
Yeah, it's just instead of like waiting for the bar to fill up, you've got to fill it up yourself.
Yeah. Oops. Let us rotate these statues. Yeah, the only part of my time with 7 Remake I regret is the time I spent playing the last 2 hours of the game. Because... groan.
I disagree, but I don't want to go into it with
No.
people who haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
doesn't-
I'm never going to play it, so
It doesn't help
I'm
that
indifferent.
It doesn't help that I had already been playing for like 8 hours by the time I hit that section. in that sitting because I thought I was close to the end of the game. I was like, right, I'm going to finish this tonight so I can get on with my life afterwards. And that section of the game is way longer than it was in the original.
Yeah, I already have spoiled, and frankly, that's what sold me on wanting to play it at all.
It's definitely got me very interested to see what they do next.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Like,
but I mean, like, it also comes across as well. This team is only really capable of one type of story because it's a bit too similar to 13.
Yeah, maybe. Hey Sting, I'm good. Thanks for coming by. It's hopefully we're going to Arcades today. I don't know how long that's going to take. Do I have a map for this area yet? I don't think I do. No. Right, I want to go this way.
Only have to be here for a little bit, but I've got to head off. So have a good one.
Yep.
Take care.
See you soon.
Yep.
Okay, there's Gorilla Dead.
And hello. Is that Rick Angel 9? Thanks for stopping by.
Wahaha! Deployment of mod powers.
Waha! Thank you.
You pulled out your sword.
I hadn't even noticed. Also, it's boss fight time. This will probably not take very long. God, some of the monster designs in this game are so fucking good, though. That's right. Actions are slowed.
Oh, hey, it's the Final Fantasy IV fight.
Possibly.
Your magnetic equipment grows heavy.
Oh yeah. For some reason, this mace doesn't count as metal.
That's...
I find curious.
Wow, you're just zooming.
Yeah.
Bosch is sitting there like, I want to swing my sword someday, and Van's just like, bop, bop, bop. I'm gonna hit you with this poison mace. No, I don't know how to apply poison. Die.
The giant spikes. It's the giant spikes. The giant spikes will do important things. Presumably
Covered in like toad oil or something.
Yeah. Anyway, that didn't take long. What does that get me?
Also, a reminder for viewers that not only is today Juneteenth fundraiser on Bandcamp, but Becky has a single out there, so buy it.
Oh shit, yeah. brillbecky.bandcamp.com. You can get my first EP. Ideally, I would have had like my second song out by now, but it's stuck in mixing hell because I have just not had a brain over the last couple of weeks. Mixing is very annoying. Also, if anybody can recommend me a good strings synth, that would be great. Because I have a string part for the song and I have no string synth.
You could probably bug Adrian about that, and they might have some ideas.
That is true, actually. I should ask him. I'm sure they will have ideas, in fact, because they know their shit.
Yep.
Is there stuff on Bandcamp? Must be.
Yeah.
Is it proxyglitchcat.bandcamp.com? Something like that?
I will find out because I have it in my Bandcamp because I pre-ordered their next EP. It's in my last order of items. Oh fuck! It's
which, if
so
I remember
much.
rightly, was like 700 quid worth of music or something.
It was a lot. It was 400. I mean, it was worth it.
It was basically everything you wanted off of Bandcamp at the time, I think.
Yeah.
He's Louise. I mean, I bought like $10 of stuff today because I'm broke.
It's fair.
Yeah, no, to be fair, their stuff is proxy with 2 R's. PRR-oxy.bandcamp.com.
Cool. Excellent chiptune type sounds from an excellent chiptune cat.
Yeah, you can pre-order your next digital album, and you can get a track off it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I still need to listen to What's Not Why Not's recent album.
Oh yeah, Leroy's stuff. I did listen to a bit of it. I am kind of not big on chiptune, so it was not really my thing. But cool work all the same.
My pickups today were, let's see, the new Noise EP from Alex Reed's side project. I see you're also a person of taste. That and some more Umineko music.
Of course. Time until Dol mentions Umineko. Half an hour. You're accelerating.
Well, it was that or not complete the mention of Bandcamp, so...
Fair. Anyway. Something here is immune to something I'm doing. That's a bad thing. Something here is casting sleep.
Also a bad thing.
Yes. Let's wake the healer up before she dies of not healing herself. Prince's Kiss.
I remember having that problem in WoW.
Mm-hmm.
As the healer.
It was our tanks who fell asleep. Memorably once between hitting the ready check and the countdown ending. No, sorry, no, not between hitting the ready check and starting the countdown. Ducky fell asleep.
Oh my god.
It's amazing. It was clipped. The clip must still be somewhere. Although I don't know if I could. We like. This was after Ducky used to be my housemate, but this was after I'd moved out, and we had no way of waking him up. So the raid was just waiting for 40 minutes while we tried to figure out a way to wake our main tank.
Oh my god.
Oh man, raid stories.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to look up what raiding in WoW actually looks like, because, God, you know how I was watching that one video of the Mythic Raider trying to figure out 14 raids? It makes it sound like nothing happens in fucking WoW, like ever.
That's correct.
WoW raids are less visually busy than 14 raids.
Yeah,
I mean, he was shocked by like 4 mechanics happening, and it's just like, what are they doing over there in Blizzard Land? I'm so confused.
Well, 14 stacks, all of its many tiny mechanics, and WoW is more about execute this one mechanic perfectly, or you will get nuked.
I mean, there is
Now do it
some,
again,
like,
next mechanic.
there is some like sequencing of mechanics. I'm thinking of like particularly end bosses of raids get a bit more.
Yeah, end bosses, and if Blizzard does a council fight, it tends to be nice.
Yes.
There are so many that are functionally just checks.
Yeah. I was lucky
It
to be
just
raiding
makes it
a
sound like every fight is Bardom's Metal second fight, which is notorious in 14 for being, hey, do you know like fucking 3 mechanics? If so, here's a free fight with no DPSing.
I mean, it's kind of the opposite. While like the gold standard is what they call a patchwork fight over there, so named for the boss of that name, who literally has one half of a mechanic.
I don't know if I'd call Patchwork the gold standard, right?
WoW players probably would.
No, Patchwork is the baseline. The gold standard is like the Lich King or Kael'thas, and Kael'thas is fucking nonsense.
Personally, I liked Lei Shen, but
Lei Shen was a hell of a fight. I never got to do it on heroic. I did do it on normal.
I did get to do it on heroic for a couple of polls. We got it down to 4%.
Whoa, that's not bad going.
It fears the sword.
I was in my off spec, and I was filling in off the bench, so their regular frost mage can redacted.
Ah. Well, my best filling in was when I made my heroic raid tanking debut on Black Fuse in Siege of Orgrimmar.
Oh, fun.
I had never tanked a raid before, and like that fight was a guild breaker for its complexity. I'll send you a video, Lexi, of a Black Fuse fight because it's fucking nonsense.
Should it find its mark?
That's a fight that's got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
Vaughn.
Also, of course, there's the immortal fact that the final boss of Siege of Orgrimmar refills his health 3 times during the fight because they meant to give him more health, but because numbers were out of control, it would have been an integer overflow if they'd actually given him the right amount of health.
Yes.
Yep, I've heard that about
That
the
story.
numbers.
I've told that story on stream a couple of times.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Stupid scaling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of glad they're getting ahead of the curve with 14 on that, because like the numbers are going to go down, but it's not going to be like.
Yeah, let's not wait until our game literally breaks from not addressing this.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh man, Garrosh progression though. That's some flashbacks.
Yeah, I dipped out by that point.
I never progged it on heroic. I did on normal.
Which would have been heroic at that point. And then mythic.
No, mythic was Warlords of Draenor.
Okay, that's when they changed the names. That's right. It was Flex at that time, for what is now normal.
Oh no, so yeah, I meant I was playing it on what was then normal.
Right. Yeah. No. Right.
This shit gets
Yeah,
so fucking confusing.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Oh my god. And
We have 4 difficulties for no reason.
I mean, every difficulty was introduced for a good reason at the time.
And they just never went back and like cleaned things up after the fact, because
Blizzard does not go back and clean things up. That's kind of one of the things I liked about WoW, actually. Is just random bits of game's history lying around. Like you'd stumble on half a quest chain.
by the way, Doll, you're echoing us a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to lean off my push to talk there.
Let me get out of this dungeon. It's 40 minutes for this dungeon. That's satisfactory.
I mean, in fairness, the one time Blizzard did try to go back and clean shit up, their player base absolutely slammed them for it.
Is that the Undercity bit?
No, I'm thinking of Cataclysm and we'll just redo all the vanilla zones so they have quest flow, and everyone's like, no, we hate this. We hate that the game is better now.
Yeah, I mean, I only ever played the revamped Cataclysm zones, and they seemed okay with me. Although I did play most of them not really understanding just how much you were supposed to follow the quest flow.
Oh dear.
I ended up... What's the crater in the south part?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, I ended up finding a way over the side of that crater and having to drop step by step down the inside, which the game is not designed for.
You. Hey there, Garlemald.
Yeah, my friend you, who still hasn't rebranded, so I keep having to say is my friend you and not you because his name is you. You. Anyway, we were talking about how, like, at some point we might drop a couple months and try and figure out what the fucking deal is with WoW. But also the effort of finding a group to play with is probably the most pain in the ass. And
Yeah.
I think you're kind of missing out on the WoW experience if you don't have, like, a group-ish.
I mean, at this point, I'd say the time to have the WoW experience has come and gone, and twice, really. Now that Classic is over and entering Burning Crusade. Like,
That's fair.
Like, retail is now overtaken by 14, and it's just more of the same game every year, and it's increasingly siloed. And Classic had its spike and then dropped off, and you can't really get the experience anymore.
Mm-hmm. But still, like, we're both completely unfamiliar with all of it. Like, I think at one point, because I dragged Becky into 14, I was gonna hop into WoW for a month or two.
Yeah, we did have that
And then,
plan.
and then just, like, it didn't happen, and I tried playing a bit on my own, and it just, like, didn't click. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean... Pardon me. It's just old-fashioned now. Like...
Yeah, but I can still go back and play, like, RuneScape and MapleStory and shit. Like, old-fashioned is not the problem. I think,
yeah,
like...
choice of words, but, like, it's... I mean, I think I played the weakest parts of 14, honestly, and as a result wasn't terribly impressed, but...
We also ran through it in a month, which was kind of the joke.
Yeah. That was a fucking lot of 14.
Jesus, you went through all of ARR in a month.
Yeah, the free trial month.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, no wonder you passed off.
It wasn't that bad. It was like we did daily streams.
Sure, but like unrevised ARR patch content, my God.
I mean, it's not like for all the fucking talk that we're gonna revise this. The revision didn't actually change all that much. Like, I played through it. It didn't do much. Like, they removed like 10 quests and condensed them into things that you were already doing, but like, nah, that was pretty much like, I didn't feel a significant difference.
But yeah, I don't know, like, my feeling now is that, like, unless you specifically want a history lesson, which you can't even really get, like, the history lesson you get if you play WoW now is not a lesson about the history of MMOs, it's a lesson about the history of WoW, circa 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see a little bit earlier because you can still play, like, Burning Crusade as it was at the end of its content, which is interesting. It's really, really weird to do the revamped Cataclysm zones where everything makes sense and is a really smooth narrative experience, and then you go to Burning Crusade and nothing makes any sense at all, and everything is basically a reference to Warcraft 3 anyway. Like,
And that was my other problem with Cataclysm, to be sure, is it should have been WoW 2, or certainly at the very least Pandaria should have been WoW 2. Like, at the point Cataclysm ends, all the loose ends from Warcraft 2 and 3 have been wrapped up. There's nothing else to do with that, and it needs to be a new plot.
I mean, in some ways, the new plot they came up with was actually kind of good. There were cool things in that plot. Unfortunately, it was a really racist setting. I liked the bug people, to the surprise of no one.
Shocked. I'm shocked, I tell you.
The bug people are cool.
And then you need to kill them anyway.
But,
And, like, it still wasn't somehow as bad as Draenor.
it still wasn't as bad as Draenor, yes. Honestly, I'd have probably been warmer on Draenor if they hadn't like insisted on removing 10-man raiding at the top difficulty, so that like the guild got too crowded with new raiders who I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh look, it's raining. Something terrible must have happened.
Looks out window in Seattle.
We had a little bit of rain here today, actually.
We've been ricocheting between. Yeah, I've been ricocheting between like a little too warm and a little too cold all week. So it's just been like really inconsistent here, which is annoying.
Yeah, like I don't know whether it's the temperature or the allergies or what. The last couple of nights I have slept really badly, like constantly being interrupted by unpleasant dreams. And apologies if I seem a little bit wired.
Perfectly fine.
Jolly good. Right, let's go and fight Judge Bergen, the bastard. Which is like...
But, yeah, I guess kind of wrap that up. WoW is definitely too old, and part of the problem with the history lesson is that the engine is still fundamentally the same thing it was in 2004, which was already an EverQuest ripoff, and they keep trying to bolt more things on top of it, and it sags under the weight.
Like 14, but worse.
Yep.
Yep.
Incredible.
My God, that game is 16 going on 17.
Oh my goodness.
It's almost old enough to be drinking to quench the sorrow of being WoW at 21. Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with 14, honestly, because like a lot of the problems that exist with 14, like technically, are just spaghetti code on an old game base.
Yeah.
And I know they're not going to, but I really wish that they would just take time after Endwalker's launch and like do a Destiny 2 and make a new game that they can then progress from, keep some like achievements and like accolades from your old file and just go from there, but they're not gonna. If they do, I'll be fucking shocked.
Anyway, look at this fucking guy's swords.
Weird giant kukris.
Yeah. Like, there's no blade on these things.
I don't like the look of that.
Just a lot of pokey bits.
He holds a stone. It controls
All the
everything
spiky
in
bits
him.
are on the backs of the weapons as well. I love his armor. His armor design is so good, and then his swords are weird. This is the first part where, like, they really talk about how Vayne is out to challenge the gods. Like, oh yeah, he's the Final Fantasy protagonist.
Yeah. Also, he is holding the kukri the correct direction. Ish. It's all spiky. It's a double-sided kukri made of spikes, like a makuhito, instead of a normal sword.
Up close, it also
That's
looks
neat.
like it's supposed to be kind of like technological in some way. Like, A lot of kind of
A manufactured sword,
yeah.
and then he just has an offhand that's different because he can.
Anyway. I should probably cast some spells there, but honestly, this fight at this level is such a non-entity.
Yeah. Oh, have you streamed this since I forced this game into your Steam library as well?
Yeah, because oh, maybe I haven't actually. When did I? No, because I streamed Wargroove on Monday. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some randomizer of this game at some point.
Because I am mean.
A brat. You're going to have to tell me how to set the mods up. I have no experience installing mods to Steam games.
I mean, it differs for everyone, but this one should be accessible via Nexus Mod Manager stuff. So
Cool.
The Grand Kiltius?
all the stuff I've installed for 12 is like via Vortex, which is the mod manager for the Nexus. So it should be fine.
You okay?
If not, I will figure it out so I can set it up myself like I promised I was gonna.
Yeah. FFL
Should
randomizer
be
is going
over there.
to be...
He went along to avoid trouble, you see, but Judge Birkin
Sorry,
had other
Dolly, you were
ideas.
saying?
So you were saying
He flew into a rage, and I was left to fend for myself.
we'll ship Val over there to fix it.
Princess, you must permit me to take you back with me to Rosaria.
So that you can protect me?
I would
I'll
lead
get
my
it started.
life. It
It's
is small
fine.
word to be sure, but I harbor no mongering delusions of valiant grandeur. Vayne has our war pavilion jumping at shadows. They favor a preemptive strike, but you will convince them otherwise. You will see that they do not start this war.
I'm really happy with the news for
This I cannot do.
Satisfactory.
Forgive me, but my errand
Oh,
is
yeah.
not yet done.
There was a video that came out that was just like, Update 5 is slated for release sometime this fall.
And with it bring
Oh, wow.
Uh,
that's good.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
post.
basically they were like they've been working on stuff for it, but apparently in Sweden they like generally take a break, like the whole company just takes a break during the summer.
Cool.
So after that they're going to be working on Update 5, and they said they're improving the build modes, which means like
at once.
you know that how there was that bug with the down ramps with
I
the
bid you luck.
not having collision for the build stuff, so that people were using those to like
For his own.
build things they shouldn't have been able to make it look better. They
That's right.
fixed that bug and then reintroduced it because people hated having it fixed, and they're going to work on making all the mechanics work better
Yeah.
with that. And also, they were like, we know that you want dedicated servers, but we want to fix all the multiplayer issues, since that would come up immediately if you had
Yeah.
a dedicated server, because everyone would be a client.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they'll get to
also-
servers.
yeah, they also said signs are coming eventually. They're gonna have train collision and signaling eventually.
Oh, good.
Um,
I can be run over by those trains I can't see because of the lag.
Hopefully that comes with multiplayer fixes. Nerd.
They were. I mean,
they're
the trains
also-
were working better in the current update than in the previous one.
Yeah. Although that was also a long time ago, since we haven't played on that save.
Yeah.
We haven't played the game in 2 months, and then it was further back still. And they also added that like they were like, hey, we're probably gonna add a creative mode and a peaceful mode, but we want to get everything sorted out with a vanilla mode first.
Yeah.
Cause I actually like the reason they gave for why they haven't added like a creative mode yet, and that is if they want to be able to tell if their like balancing is decent, and if you're gonna just hop into creative mode because the progression sucks, they want to hear that and not
Yeah.
just see, oh, this person's playing creative mode. So also they're apparently going to update parts of the world.
Cool.
So that's
Yeah, I do wonder about Satisfactory's long-term viability on the kind of because there's no kind of randomization in the world, except for like where you spawn.
Which is only so randomized because you basically
Yeah.
pick a biome
Yeah.
and then it's the fixed map.
Yeah. And it's easy to just like look up a guide for where the good starting spots are.
Yep.
Right.
But also, I think even despite that, it's probably going to be the best option for a while, especially now that Factorio Dev did a dumb.
Yeah. I just hope the. I hope Dyson Sphere program gets better onboarding.
Yeah.
Because that game seems cool, but I look at the tech tree and my eyes go crossed.
Yeah.
The same would be true of Astroneer, probably, if I hadn't already played it.
Ooh, Castlevania Advance Collection rated in Australia. Ooh. Ooh. That's some good news for me. I like it, Castlevania.
Nice. 30, okay. We shall now climb this mountain and kill a bunch of berserk wolves. 'Cause it's time to go to Arcades, baby.
I don't know whether I want to stream Isaac, Fiesta, or Majora today.
Roll a dice.
Yeah. Let's. And we'll decide. We'll decide. Up to 100 choices. Oh boy, I don't need that many. Click to spin. The wheel says Isaac.
Isaac it is then. The wheel is law. You must do what the wheel says, or not if you don't want to, because what the fuck, it's the internet.
Yeah. I like leaving things up to chance because generally, if you're having trouble deciding and you don't like something that the wheel gives you, you weren't really having trouble deciding, you just were having trouble committing.
Yeah.
And
Like,
you can figure out from there.
it's a good way of like checking whether you like an option is to force yourself to pick it and then go, oh wait, no, this is bad and wrong.
Yeah. Maybe I will just do another stream later where I do some Fiesta.
I'm going to try being a boy. Wait, no.
Yep. Roll the dice, it came up male. No.
No, wrong.
Chaos Mace. On hit confuse.
I'm going to kill chaos.
I've still not watched the trailer.
It's so fucking funny. You need to watch it at some point.
Okay.
Maximum edgy.
Wait a second, you're a Cartographer's Guild. No, you're a Scout. Are you also the Cartographer's Guild? Yes! Give me maps!
Also, Princess Connect just had like an update where they added a bunch of like weapons for progression. And one of them is a Chaos Blade, and I just want a fucking rewrite of that Kuzco's Poison the Poison specifically for Kuzco, but with the blade specifically for Chaos. But I don't have the energy to make a shitty fucking edit of it properly. Ugh.
Rip. Am I going the right way? Oh, I
The
am going
man
the
had
right
a
way.
cool sword though. Fucking Jack Final Fantasy.
I'll find some time to watch the trailer after I... There's a new VTuber agency launching this evening.
Excuse you? What? Why?
I don't know.
We don't
like,
need more. Where are they based?
I'm not actually sure. Most of the talent are Japanese speaking, but not all of them. Like the trailer has 2 of the talent speaking English.
What's their name?
I can't remember off the top of my head. Can I find the thing? It was up here somewhere. Phase Connect. Suddenly there are a fucking lot of vultures around. Do I have...
Widening the VTuber rabbit hole. That's not... Okay. They're so recent, they don't have a page on the VTuber wiki. That's fun.
Yeah. I think the announcements only came out, like, yesterday. I just happened to see it on a YouTube community page.
They're located in Vancouver! What the fuck?
Oh my god. Wow.
They're like right here!
Well?
We'll go knock on the door.
Don't... Don't tempt me.
Let me just
I am nothing if not an enabler.
Debut date 620 PST.
Yeah, it's like right as I'd be going to bed tonight. The first one, who's one of the English speakers, is. So I'm probably going to be naughty and stay up late 'cause it's the weekend.
Hey, Becky, you want to hear something dire?
Go on.
Her name is Ashelia.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, this is a bit.
You're getting called out.
Yeah. Also, in her like introduction, she's like, her line is
The one,
something
the
like,
only phantom thief. My current target is your hearts. Great. I'm getting called out.
You are. Yes, every possible Persona 5 reference is now just a Lexi call out.
Yep, that's
You
what
will
happens.
know shame.
They're abbreviating her name as Leah, which is cute, and also probably less copyright infringing.
Yes.
Her fucking Twitter doesn't exist though.
I'm sure it will in time.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I need to medicate the dog, so.
Okay,
Woo.
good luck. Can Vaughn get the license for Eroga? No. God damn it. Well, I think in this birds are wind strong, not wind weak. Also, it's impossible to kill those birds because they just kamikaze you. It's very annoying. Leave it alone, Vaughn. Open the chest. Vaughn? Thank you. Good boy. Sorry, I'm a VTuber now. I have to say, good boy.
Huh.
What was that noise?
Oh, sorry, I'll repeat. Huh.
Is that your Minecraft trader noise?
I've been trying to plat Minecraft on my Vita, and it's honestly the most time I've ever sunk into a single world.
Jesus Christ.
To be clear, it does not actually take that much to plat. Like, you basically have to just get to kill the Ender Dragon and then AFK for 100 sunrises.
Ah, right.
I just do not play Minecraft to that extent ever.
Yeah.
I've tried like 10 times. I always burn out by the time I'm getting to the Nether, and I'm like, I don't want to do this.
I find I've never actually fought the Ender Dragon. Or the Wither. Or
Yeah.
like
I guess I don't really mind navigating the Nether so much. It's trying to get to the end is such a goddamn pain in the butt.
yeah.
I gotta just absolutely grind the killing Endermen to get drops for it, and then grind more to get Ender Eyes to locate the damn stronghold. It's just... It is not a correct progression path after the relative ease of getting to the Nether.
Yeah, well, it's never been a game about straightforward progression anyway.
Yeah, which is probably why I bounce off of it every time, because I only engage with games in terms of straightforward progression.
Ha.
I'm not here to build a fancy house in Minecraft. I'm here to beat the baddies and deliver large quantities of raw resources that dropped in my travels to the person who is building the base.
We should get you to join our server then. You can hunt things for us while we build.
That sounds great, actually. Just contributing large amounts of resources, logging off, and coming back 12 hours later to find someone's built a freaking city with it.
Pretty much.
I don't like placing things. I'm not much of a builder. Every single time, I will basically operate out of the same hole in the wall I dig for myself on the first night. For eternity.
I don't build a lot of things like for their own sake. I tend to just devastate landscapes. Tends to be where I get my fun.
Yeah, I just chunk a hole in whatever mountain is closest to spawn, and I put a door there, and that's where I start digging.
Fair enough.
Alright, I will ping Val my name. Not that she can't figure it out.
Yeah. We will actually get on with Minecraft stuff at some point.
No, now I have to sign in with my Microsoft account.
Oh god, yeah.
See, that's actually a problem, because that's the that and my battle tag are the two places where I can't change off my dead username because my new one is too long.
God damn it.
Like, who? I thought the whole point of all this infinite server space was we weren't going to be restricted to 12 character usernames. Like, what the heck?
It's the WoW WoW backpack problem.
Yeah, except they expanded that. They eventually expanded it.
Did they? Oh wow.
Yeah, I forget how they did it. I think they tied it to like putting the authenticator on your account or something.
God, really?
Yep, 4 extra backpack slots.
Huh.
And if you take the authenticator off, you lose the slots.
And the stuff in them?
Moved to free slots in another bag. No word on what happens if you are like me and wander around with 432 slot bags full of stuff at all times.
Yeah.
I'm returned to hear talk of MMO hoarding.
Yeah. The WoW, the legendary WoW storage problems that continue to be awful.
Yeah.
Got to by way of bitching about not being able to change from my dead username.
Rip.
I was very pleased the other
Microsoft,
day.
you can choose anything as your gamer tag. Must be 12 characters or less.
You just have to be Hollow Doll.
I don't have a verbal way to express ... I suppose.
Yep. No.
To talk key 3 times.
Bully these Moogles into going back to work.
Capitalism, ho!
Get back to it, you little shits. I need to go through that gate you're supposed to be repairing.
To be clear, this is a Java server, right? Not Bedrock.
Hmm.
Our Minecraft server is Java, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. I don't think I actually have a valid way to play Bedrock.
Yep. Yeah, I had to advise someone on buying Minecraft, and they were just like, "Is there any? I want to play Minecraft with RTX since I have a fancy new graphics card." I was just like, "Look forward to not playing with anyone you know, because that's Bedrock exclusive, without mods anyway." Bedrock. The fact that Bedrock exists is nice for like the cross-platform stuff, but Java is the only good version. So.
Where the hell am I going?
Actually, yeah, I was also... Oh, wow. Okay, thanks, ADHD. You just jumped like 5 topics in the space of 3 words.
Yeah.
I do be like that sometimes.
Yeah, I've been seeing people get into VR chat this year, and I'm like, okay, on the one hand, this looks cool, and on the other, I don't know. I have no... there is no other hand. I'm just, depressed and don't feel like doing anything.
Yeah, like, my recollections from when VR chat first emerged a few years back were, like, cool idea, but actually lots of the people involved are arseholes. But,
I mean, still seems that way, and this came up because last night I was finishing the Preserving World series on means.tv, which I don't know if anyone in this chat is familiar with, but should probably check out, because it's cool.
what is it?
The channel's means.tv. They're a leftist, worker-owned streaming service that does original content and also publishes like some short films and stuff.
Huh.
They're $10 a month, and yeah, no, they've got shows like the Not Even a Show, where they prank conservative shitheads. Description theirs. Anyway, the thing I'm talking about was Preserving Worlds, which was a 6-part series on like ye old virtual worlds, which they've actually made free. You can watch it without a sub. And there's an episode on Doom modding that Liz Ryerson narrates. Actually, there's an episode on Uru or Mist Online.
Yeah.
And there's an episode on Second Life, which was the last one I watched. And I've never actually touched Second Life, so it was interesting getting a tour from an anonymous trans femme furry user. Who's like, okay, yeah, I mean, there are the normie beaches, but like, there's nothing happening here, so let me show you the furry shit.
Yeah, I think anonymous trans femme furry user describes most of that game's base. Like,
God. Like Second Life gets talked about so much in games today. So, and it's one of those places where you get academics writing very earnestly about like sexual encounters their Second Life avatars had with these exotic creatures. It just sounds like every other person I follow on Twitter.
yeah.
But also, my students write about Second Life a lot, even though none of them have ever played it.
Yeah, I was going to say I think that's kind of the difference there is every person you follow on Twitter is the last 10 years, and Second Life is 20 years at this point. Yeah, 18. Second Life is finally legal for the stuff that it actually facilitates.
Yeah, I know that the McElroys kind of put a spotlight on Second Life when they did a bunch of bullshit for their Monster Factory series in it. But I don't think it would have, like, it was already kind of on the way out because, you know, old game, very, like, I don't know, extra freeform in its content, and then it got replaced by something like VR Chat, which has the promise of VR and, like, immersion.
Yeah, that and also apparently Linden Labs finally got acquired in the middle of last year, and people are not optimistic.
Yeah, that's usually not a great sign.
Yeah. Plus, Second Life is already apparently incredibly capitalist to begin with because, yeah, you pay to. I'm sure this isn't necessarily news to anybody, but you actually rent your server space, and if you stop paying for it, whatever you made gets collapsed back into your dead account's inventory.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's the-
capitalist version of 14's house reclamation.
Yeah. I mean, it is
We're going to get
literally
no
it is
reason.
used as the textbook example of like how capitalism can operate in a video game.
Yeah.
I just walked up to that bird and it decided to kamikaze me before I'd done any damage to it at all. Sometimes
Nice.
the NPC AI in this, the enemy AI in this, is a bit weird.
Meanwhile, I just posted an image in general of a video that just came out that I really want to watch, but it's 36 minutes. I'm not going to have time to watch it, but it's a grapefruit video, and it's a grapefruit Binding of Isaac video, so it's going to be fucking wild, but the thumbnail is something else.
One
It's just Isaac surrounded by golden troll bombs.
I don't know much about Binding of Isaac, but bloody hell.
Yeah.
All right, well, I've got to get back to work, so I'm going to hop out of voice here.
Okay,
Yep, have a
take
good
care.
one.
Later.
Oh man.
Yeah,
We can listen to the extremely good Fon Coast music.
the Grapefruit is a content creator I follow. He's a decent dude. He's apparently from kind of like around here, Pacific Northwest area. He's also like a not shady dude. Like there was, I think probably my favorite thing from him is there was this one time he made like a gay joke and a bunch of people in his chat got on him for it, and he was just like in the edited version of the video that he put up of the stream later, he made like a giant extremely gay like flashing warning that was just like, by the way, I'm bi. The gay joke was a fucking gay joke because I thought it was funny, and it was like okay. And then I someone in the comments was like, wow, is he actually bi? I didn't realize that. And a bunch of people were like, yeah. There was one time he talked about how he was going out with a dude and he really missed that dude's bed. And I'm just like, yeah, that's pretty gay.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's also like one of the reasons that I like really like Binding of Isaac, like generally, but also he has like this playlist of videos where he basically gets a bunch of game breaks in Binding of Isaac. So him having a Repentance video, which is the latest expansion for Isaac, is good.
Cool.
I want to watch it, but it's too long to fit in before my stream. So
Dang it. Anyway, it's Balthier's character development, all of it.
wow,
In this one cutscene.
wow, she tripped on sand. He do a handhold. Good job.
You don't want it for yourself?
That's it.
Use its power to restore Dalmasca? Something like that?
I mean, the actual character development is this bit, but it does start with just the
Lust
most.
for ever greater power. Blinded by the nether sight.
Yeah,
Is that how you see me?
the most fantasy storytelling thing ever.
Sound like someone I know.
Like Van probably could have fit this
Was all he cared about.
this bouncing off of
Babble
a
nonsense,
wall.
blind to aught but the stone's power.
Although I guess there is kind of him talking about his backstory.
Yeah, like it is actual character development. It's like this is how Balthier defends, how Balthier defines Cid.
He even made me a judge.
You were a...
And we get the detail that Balthier was a judge,
Part of a
which really
Yeah.
does cement the fact that this is just a spoilt rich kid fundamentally playing at Rebellion.
and him.
Yep.
It's like, oh boo-hoo.
Sidolphus Demon Bonanza. Dracula Laboratories.
Sidolphus
very own
Demon
Dr.
Bonanza.
Sid.
What a name.
That's when he lost his
It's not
heart
quite
to
a
the
Shelia
Egyptians.
Bernargan Dalmasca, but it's close.
And I suppose that's when I
There
lost
is
my father.
Count
He has a
Sidolphus-
cross-sick earring. I've just realised. That's like Shiroyuki Tomoe's signature design.
Don't follow in his footsteps.
God.
What a crossed wire. Oh my goodness.
I ran away. I
Tara
couldn't
will
see
chew a
it.
table when I point that out.
Slave to the stone. So I ran. Free at last.
Which, I live for making Tara chew tables, so it's fine.
I went for the Dusk Shard. How could I have known that it was Nethicite? And then, of course, I met you. All that running, and I got nowhere. It's time to end this. Cut my ties to the past.
I like how Balthier starts out trying to be the voice of Ash's conscience and just ends up talking about himself.
Very male.
I mean, it's also a bit like ADHD, kind of relatable in that respect, but also he really just, the line of conversation completely drops Ash out. But we do get this nice render of Ash and Razzler.
Marriage of convenience.
Yep.
Symbol of the alliance between the Brody.
Peak PS2.
This is
It looks
Yeah.
good, but it just looks like a little too plastic.
Yeah.
Like the gap
he
between
looks
this and
so
13.
young as well.
weary.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I will play mine.
I would have no other.
Bye, Rassler. I think we get to see him again, one more time.
The choice
Maybe.
is yours to make. But don't give your heart to a stone. You're too strong for that, princess.
I can't tell how much of, Balthier's doublet is supposed to actually be metal. A lot of the designs look like they're metalwork. But if he had that much metal on his chest, he'd be unable to breathe.
Yeah, especially that tight. I think it might be just I don't know. I feel like some of them maybe interstitial plating might be a bit of metal or have thin metal plating. It looks like very, very lightly bronzed, if anything.
Yeah. And you can do a lot with, ooh, immune to stop. That's a really important one. That's not so important. Half damage wind. Important for Yasmat.
Oh my god. I just went to look up because I forgot the I forgot the full name of Count Sidolphus Orlando from Tactics/14, which is what I remember him from, because he's the Thunder God, and he's a boss in Orban.
Oh, yeah. Where's the
and I was just like,
map Moogle?
behind the scenes page on the wiki is just Orlando is the first Cid in Final Fantasy history who's not an engineer, a pilot, or a captain of an airship.
Huh.
Orlando can be compared to Hoberim van Rams from Tactics Ogre. That's also a name and a half. Holy moly.
Where do I need to get to? Up there. Okay. I've actually saved? I should do that.
You should, yeah.
I mean, it's not that long since I saved. It's just that this is the teleport crystal.
Yo. What is on my wish list that's on sale? Oh, it's just last recode. That's really fucking cheap. Good lord.
Which one is Last Recode?
.hack GU collection.
Oh god.
It's like $7.50 right now.
Oh man, I really want to play those games, but it's gonna be so much fucking video game.
Yeah, especially because in the Recode version they added a fourth.
Jesus Christ.
I'm kind of mad that they didn't remaster the quadrilogy at any point. Because now the only way to get into that is go fucking back to PS2. And that has supposedly the better plot, but you know,
I
take that
still
with it.
actually want to finish watching the GU anime. Because like I really liked the opening and ending for that, and I remember it having aesthetic. Casually wiping out the dinosaurs on our way to America.
I like
Actually,
how they have
technically we're inside
giant weird
America.
shark fins.
Yeah. Do you think if they made this game now, they'd have put feathers on them?
No,
Probably not, no.
abso-fucking-lutely not.
I shouldn't try to fight the birds, it's pointless.
Yeah. Oh,
What will be
right.
the first Final Fantasy game in which the T-Rexes have feathers, do you think? How long have we got to wait?
I think they won't be until like significantly later, because like I think that at some point they become relatives of dragons instead of just lizards with a real world history.
Maybe.
Anyway, I was just reminded that Fate Grand Order added a giant muscle lady with huge boobs.
Nice.
Fairy Knight Gawain.
Oh yeah, that's what everyone's making a fuss about. Oh my god! I have the wrong Gambit set.
Did you get found by Mothra or some shit?
No, it's just the dinos have a move that's like has a chance to instant kill
Oh,
and has a chance to spike damage. Where the fuck am I going?
Oh. Yeah, tail screw. Except in this, it's screw tail.
Yeah, it's okay. There's a save point here. And 2 Beachwear Vieira for no particularly good reason.
I mean, gotta shove the beach babes in somewhere. God, that reminds me of a completely different thing. Shining Force was a game that Camelot made. Camelot Golden Sun and like Mario Golf Camelot.
Yeah.
And Shining Force 1 has a hidden set of armor that you can give to, I think, 3 girl characters in particular that puts
Oh,
them in a
boy.
beach outfit in their battle sprite.
Oh boy.
Because all 3 of them are mages. It might just be 2. But like it's also good armor. And they're mages, so they're always wearing like really heavy robes. They're
Yeah.
just like Genesis, sure, let's put bikinis in this game.
Yep.
I like Shining Force. It's neat.
Yeah. It can't be
I'm a
worse than
hot-
Luna, which is the thing that immediately came to mind.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It did get kind of mangled by the localization where they completely removed the fact that one of the evil bad guys is like the main character's brother.
Huh. It's a choice.
Yeah. It got... the thing with
Hey,
Shining Force
Katsuri.
is...
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, hello. It got a GBA remake that added a bunch of extra BS mechanics, but like fixed the plot. So there's just like this weird divide between the Genesis version, which has, you know, less fuss and less interstitial nonsense, and the one that has the interstitial nonsense but also translates the game correctly.
What a horrible trade-off to have to judge.
Yep.
And round we go. I absolutely can't remember the way to the annoying noble son that I'm trying to find. And I can't remember where you buy the map for this area either. I think it's in Arcades, so I can't get it yet.
That sounds about right.
Anyway, let's kill a bunch of Marlboros. I feel like Marlboros should be immune to poison. Why are Marlboros not immune to poison?
I don't know. Like they're made of this stuff. I don't get it.
Yeah. Closest to the cliffs. I mean, I know he's the further south one. Like the dad is. If you just take the straightforward north path, you find the dad. Oh, holy shit! That was the float spell. Nice.
Incredible.
One thing that they changed that I'm not sure I'm happy with for this version is that they took out the thing where the Teeter Uplands in the original, you all like the chests all have a really low appearance rate, but they all have really valuable one-time objects in, and they added a bunch of like less exclusive chests so that there'd be more chests in the area for this version.
I can see why.
Yeah.
But
It was a really nice contrast between this and the next area, which has loads and loads of chests, but most of them are pretty insignificant.
yeah. I think probably it's one of those things where it's like they wanted to bring it to make it more like they didn't want people to have to expect to come back a bunch because they don't necessarily know that that's how this game works, even this late in the game, because like the loot mechanics aren't, specifically the chest loot mechanics, are not super explained.
Yeah.
So they wanted to feel like you'd like want to run through here and go like, oh, there's chests, I'll pick these up, and then you come back again, oh, the chests are back, huh, I don't remember this one, oh look, a good spell.
Oh wait, this is the dad.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize. Oh yeah, fuck. This morning I woke up at like 6:30, which is like 2 hours ahead of when I wanted to wake up. And for some reason I just like I went to stretch and I managed to slap the shit out of my desk and it knocked over my water bottle.
Whoops.
Which is full of carbonated water. So, whoops.
Whoops. Okay, let's go and fight the Mandragoras and see if we can get lucky with a couple of high power casts of Fire. This is why I leveled Fran so much. Do I have haste yet? I don't think I do. Nope. Well, Bash can wake up on his own then.
My internet is acting up. That's no good.
That does not sound good.
Twitch is lagging out for me.
Oof.
Usually not a problem.
I don't think these are the snakes that can drop the loot item that I need for that one side quest that I accidentally sold. Very annoying. Still, I'm making good time. I wasn't sure I'd get this far by the 2-hour mark. It's only been an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I have in the past just like walked all the way from Mount Baromeses rather than warping to Rabanastre. Also, there's a massive optional content unlock after Bergen. Like the middle third of the game's hunts all unlock at that point, along with a bunch of other side quests. But I do want to make sure that everything's out of the way before Scarlet Nexus, so that if I decide to devote the time to it, I can. I'm going to do like 4 hours of stream on release day after my voice coaching session. And then, if I haven't completely rage quit the idea of ever playing the game again, I've played the demo a few more times. I feel like I'm getting the hang of Kasane. I cannot do Yuito at all, though. Yuito has to stand too close to enemies, and then I can't dodge.
I'm going to have much less trouble than you because I'm
Yes.
better at action games, but also just like, I don't know.
Excuse my sniffles. Yeah, I think like it's much more like a game you're kind of used to than me.
Yeah.
Or like there's some underlying stuff that you're more used to than I am.
You will now have the option of saving your game. Well, that's ominous.
Yeah. I think I just noticed that the skybox in that like preview cutscene for the second cave palace in the establishing shot, the skybox for the view outside the cave is mispositioned. There's just a white bar at the bottom where it doesn't cover.
But what about once we're inside? Won't the city watch find us?
Yeah, either that
We'll
or
do
it's
what we
like,
can to blend into the crowd. Our names may be notorious, but our faces are not far known.
True, true. You're a princess and we didn't even recognize you.
I noticed.
Don't try to be sassy, Vaughn. Like, I love you, but that is not your calling in life. Wait. Hang on. There are lots of traps in this dungeon. Let's make sure we're not affected by them. Oh my god, Bash, did you really miss? You dingus. Zombies, give me your flesh. I will sell it for much money. Dark Magicite is not zombie flesh. I love the idea that you could make huge money by selling zombie flesh. Like, it says such interesting things about the world in terms of like what, you know, maybe it's useful for something like alchemy or something.
yeah, and also probably the availability of like zombies that are fresh enough to actually render flesh to use for alchemy.
Yeah.
Usually by the time you get to the spooky stuff, they're skeletons already.
Vaughn getting very confused because his gambit is faux lowest HP. Right. Use the Soulward key. And let us head soulwards. Oh, crap, I didn't change my party. I should have had Fran in this. Here we go. It's so... This addition to the game is so fucking weird. How many of them can I can get them all. Nice. How many can Ash get? 4.
Alright, I'm gonna duck out so I can get ready for my stream. Have a good one.
Have good streams.
Yep.
And that means it's just me. Uh-oh. This could be bad. Where are we? I've been cocky about confused. You should never be cocky about confused in this game. Okay, there we go. Stop casting shit over there. So far, so good. Onion Queen. There we go. More fire. Okay, 1 down. Get back here. Two down. Who's left? Why is Ash still casting Cure? I have these gambits set up wrong. Let's try that. It's actually immobilized. She's just not moving. This is not how they do it in the speedrun. It is extremely funny, though. The sheer Benny Hill of it. It's okay, I didn't wipe. That's the only goal for this fight. And then this fucking they go to heaven cutscene. It's like the bit in Ocarina of Time with Kotake and Kome when you've beaten them and they get this scene. Why? How did this come about? Anyway, is this where the second crystal bug is? Or is that in Giravegan, maybe? I always think it's here. Oh, it's here. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Predictor. Predictor? Am I reading that right? I look forward to getting pranked in just a second. Wake up, Bash. Thank you. I'm going... this way. Oops. Here we go. Surprise! Should possibly have healed up before doing this. Yeah, like, this one being right after the Mandragoras is kind of vicious, honestly. Like, the one in Nebreus Deadlands is much, much tougher to kill. But, like, this being the only save crystal for miles immediately after the Mandragora fight, which is already a fuck, is... It's it's a bitch, is what it is. I've kind of never played this game blind. The first time I played it, I had a guide open, so a lot of the pranks I don't get the effect of, but that one I'm kind of glad about. The orange one's fine if you know it's there. Right, and you're not, like, if you've just been through... I'm going to put the fucking confuse proof back on Vahan. This is annoying me. Where is it? I know I've got them. Where are they? Oh. Yeah, I mean, at least now, quickening chains are separate from your MP, so you're actually going to be in a position to use them in that kind of situation. I haven't even unlocked my quickenings yet. My current plan is I'm blasting through the story, and then I'm going to go back and do all the optional stuff after Scarlet Nexus has come out and I've played through that. Or at least until I got sick of that. I wonder if I've got the attention span to do the thing here. Yeah, like... The PS2 system was interesting, definitely. And I'm a diehard for the PS2 version of the game, but... I keep saying at some point I'll stream the PS2 version. Because, like, I still have my PS2 here. I have a capture card that Notion can capture from it and stuff. But it will take a lot longer. Let's see if I can remember how to do this puzzle. By which I mean, is my attention span good enough to remember which lap I'm on? It definitely meant that you just didn't use quickenings as much. Right, this way. But I mean, none of the mist stuff in the original really worked. Like, the summons are really specific as well. Drop more valuable loot, damn it. I know I've done a bunch of grinding, but we're about to hit Arcades where everything costs like 12,000 gil. And I want to do a full gear upgrade there. So. I don't even know with Zodiac. I summoned Zodiac once in 2008 because I just finished the fight and I wanted to see what it did, and it was like, oh, none of this makes any sense, and I don't know why you do it. Although probably the answer to your question is a speedrunner figured it out. The speedruns for this game are so cool. I am way too chicken to ever try them, like, with the possible exception of the Meanbo run of this version. But the fact that people... Do I have Stoner? I do have Stoner. The fact that people do Order of Ambrosia speedruns on the original. Good shit. Right. Not this way. Oh my god. Come on. This way. What's the bottom level at? 43. Okay. My armor is definitely underpowered for this area. Round we go. Oh my god, did Scotland really not lose to England in the footy? Excellent. One in the eye for this hellfuck country. Oof. I did actually do Order Ambrosia on my first playthrough. It took me 186 hours of game time. I had no idea what I was doing. Fun time though. I fought Yasmat at level... about average party level 70. It took 60 hours. Not an experience I'd recommend, although it was pretty nail-biting in places. Where's the fucking chest? What is causing this? Oh, that's the hint for the puzzle. That's right. Last time I fought Yasmat, it was like an hour and a half. Which is more sensible for a super boss. Did it in a single stream. Oh, huh. Why is it... So... What does the minus actually do? Oh yeah, you definitely want to capitalize on like, early chance black holes. Things I definitely won't do on stream. Okay, so no XP. How does that... Why does that mean you can't get OOA? Kill these guys in case they drop flesh I can sell. Or weapons. Where am I going? Oh, I've done this wrong. I started in the wrong place. I started bottom left instead of top right. Never mind. Oh, shit, yeah. Yes, you have to get everybody to a certain level or something. Yeah. Yes, and for Audio of Ambrosia, you have to get it all on the same playthrough as well. So. Yeah, like the quickenings are they're a mechanic to be sure. Actually, I think I've managed it 3 times total, twice on original and once on Zodiac Age. All 3 times by like grinding it in the one spot in Ceta Uplands. But for me, it's not actually Black Hole that's the problem. Shit, I forgot there was a boss here. It's not actually Black Hole that's the problem, it's the one that's... Oh, I can't remember. There's another one that's really difficult to get. Oh, wait. It's the one that teleports and splits. That's right. This is going to be hilarious fun. You're supposed to prepare for this one. Whoa, where's he gone this time? Oh my god. What am I doing counters that? 4 threes is pretty tricky, yeah. Oh no, 5 threes, isn't it? But there's one that you can overshoot. There's one that you can overshoot by getting like 3 of each. Do I have a Suna somewhere? Don't I? I do have a Suna. Oh, Bash is going to die from the Doom. There we go. Yeah. Some of my party do have that, I just never bother. Just let him die and res him. The Necromancer School of Healing. We can rebuild him, we have the technology. And that should get us to Arcades. And... oh, Fan does get raised. There, there goes Ash. Kill them all and let the healers sort them out. And I'm going to go through this door. It's another prank trap. Render unto me flesh. No? Okay. Bastards. One of them's going to step on that trap. Okay. This is where we need to cast that float from earlier. So I think today what I want to do, I'll get to Arcades, like actual Arcades, not old Arcades, and then stop, because nobody wants to watch me do chops on stream. You know, I genuinely didn't know that, Catroy. Also, hey, I got the respawn. Unexpected. Why the hell does Dispel clear slow? What the heck? I think I'm about to get haste anyway, so it's fine, but also, like, this bit has always puzzled me. Why is there just this random, like, dead end? Oof. People smoking outside your window is not a great thing. My neighbours got into the habit of... I hadn't thought about it like that. You may be correct. My neighbours got into the habit of smoking really smelly weed right outside my bathroom window late at night. And if I didn't remember to close the window early enough, I'd, like, be going to bed at about 2 in the morning and I'd just get a massive hit. Which, I know some people find that it helps them sleep, but it's not the case for me. Oh, that's not great. Throw stones at them? I'm not actually endorsing throwing stones at people, but... Is that a dab? I can sort of see it. It looks almost more safety dance-ish to me. That might be outing me as a boomer. I don't know. Hang on, I'll look properly in a second.
Smells less like a capital and more like a sewer.
Even empires have need of sewers. The runoff from Arcades proper pools here. Those who lack papers to live in the city itself.
The fact that Balthier is having this conversation loud enough for Vaughn to hear up there while there are locals around is a
I guess it
bit
must
cheeky.
be a lot nicer than this place.
Oh, to be sure. Arcades reeks of a different filth. Let's be off. We can follow our noses to Draclo.
Oh god, that's gonna be grim. I hope you managed to find some cool places to hang out. Let's have a look at this map. That's not the map button. Sort of, I can sort of see it. I mean, Varn's a nerd. He'll have heard people talking about how sewers smell. I should sell stuff. This is probably going to shake the bazaar up a bit. Varn's not shoehorned. Varn is essential for giving the player the perspective needed on, like, Ash and Co's actions. Wait, I do actually want to buy stuff from you, I think. Do I? Didn't this guy sell a bunch of accessories? I thought that's where you could buy embroidered tippets in the original. This is a van-friendly account, I'm afraid. Bash was not going to be the main character. There is no evidence for this claim. I have extensively searched for evidence of the claim that Bash or Balthier was going to be the main character, and it doesn't exist. There's this one interview with a French magazine from like 2008 that sort of hints that Varn is younger than he used to be. And people have blown it way out of proportion. Where the hell is Jules? I'm going the wrong way. Here we go. It's not a matter of belief. I have done my level best to find the evidence, and it's not there. But anyway, I have not got credentials. Let's meet Balthier's ex. I love Jules. He's got such great music. It's a shame that it's used so little. The little kind of oboe trill is really good. Bassoon. Probably bassoon. It's a bit low for an oboe. I think I can spare 1,500 gil after I made like 50,000 going through the cave palace. Right. I like doing chops. It's not great stream content. I'm going to do it off stream. but I do. I enjoy it as a kind of meditative activity. I can't remember who I need to speak to. That's Furman. I need to know him for later. Who is it? Not you. Who took the money? Yeah, like the chops don't add a lot, except surrealism maybe. Oh, where's the damn dude? Oh god, yeah, like I think it was 9 in total. And yeah, I can imagine if you were doing it in a second language, it'd be very difficult. Oops. Wait a second. Maybe I can use this one instead. I know there is a hint involving the Mughals. Have I done the necessary? Missed returning. The speed up's all well and good until you have to navigate the twisty city spaces, and then it's easy to get confused. Hey friends. Where am I going? Back to Jules, who's gone. Oh god, he moves, that's right. I can never remember how this bit of the game works. Ah, yeah. And also, like, I would imagine that the like, the choices of language used in this localization would be a bit on the difficult side as well, right? Because it's not exactly modern colloquial English. It's a deliberately a slightly old-fashioned way of using the language. What's your first language, if you don't mind my asking? Ah, right. Yes. Vaughn, suddenly very excited by the big city.
You're gaping like a fish out of water.
I'm just checking out the city. Even if it is the Empire.
You've changed, Vaughn. You were always marching to your own beat. Almost like you were impatient, even. In a good way.
Maybe it's because I've seen more now. Never imagined I'd ever come this far away from home. Hey, Lars is here in the city, isn't he? He's a tough one. I wonder how he's doing.
You always were a soft touch, Vaughn.
Really?
You know what's
So,
amazing?
what
I
stage
always
is
thought I'd go my
English
whole life
what
without
level,
meeting
what
people
age is
like
English
the
compulsory up
Princess
to?
of Lord Larsa. And here we are in the capital.
I know. It's a little over my head sometimes.
Good, Vaughn. You've come to understand the difficulties of serving royalty.
Hey, I'm just along for the ride.
That wasn't a complaint, was it, Bosch?
Right. Let's get moving.
Hey, don't
I mean, did you have to do English all the way up to 18? Or just like 16 or... I'm really bad on how school systems work in any country other than England. And even England can't agree on everything. Right, I'm gonna go. Wow. I stopped studying any second language at all at 16. I had compulsory French and German up till 14. Is this where the save? Yeah, there we are. Right, I'm going to stop there for today and get chops done off stream and the Arcades gear up and stuff. And I'll be back tomorrow at about 8 o'clock UK time for more. Because, as I say, I'm trying to get this basically finished this weekend. So that from Friday I can binge Scarlet Nexus. That's pretty keen. Also, I love that they started you on Postman Pat. It's been a long time since I thought about that show. Thanks for coming, though. Thanks for keeping me company and for interesting conversation. And I hope I'll see you again. And good night.